Greetings to everyone on my channel. Sit back. Now you will listen to another incredible story about the relationship of a married couple and the incredible exposure of his wife. I will ask you to subscribe to my channel and like it. It's not difficult for you, but it's nice for me. I will not forget that day, which became for me a pleasant adventure and a gift for the holiday. Every morning, regardless of the weather, I go jogging in the surrounding squares. No, I'm not a fanatic of a healthy lifestyle. It's just a habit left over from the army years. I'm a retired military man, not old yet. I'm only 48, and I'm still in good shape. The army habit of running in the morning continues to accompany me in civilian life. My name is Andre. I am a retired lieutenant colonel. My wife and I have been living in Moscow for several years now, enjoying a quiet life in the capital after many years of service in the garrisons. The children are already adults and live separately, occasionally visiting us. In general, everything goes on as usual. Before that very event, I usually wake up at 6 in the morning as an army habit. I do my morning routine: washing, a glass of water, light exercise, get dressed and go for a run. The path to the park passes by old brick houses, which are mostly inhabited by elderly people and recent immigrants. The issue of housing in Moscow, in my opinion, has spoiled many people. And when the choice arose between a general's position and an apartment in Moscow, under the pressure of my wife, I chose the latter. I liked the service, especially in the infantry. I managed to visit various garrisons, although I did not get to Afghanistan, and by a miracle they did not send me to Chechnya. Perhaps my wife made an effort to keep me away from the hot spots. In those days, the promotion of officers often depended on their wives. Some wives could contribute to the advancement of their husband by maintaining friendly relations with the command. A similar thing happened in our case, although I didn't want to think about it. The past remains in the past, and so we got an apartment in Moscow. Our lives have improved, but sometimes the memories of those times come back, like that morning on the run. In winter, it's dark at 7 in the morning, so I decided to move the jogging time to make it a little brighter. I run to the park through the courtyards of old houses, and suddenly I see a woman in the window of the third floor. She was standing by the window, and I realized that she had noticed me. Her gaze was enigmatic, but I quickly ran on, not wanting to disrupt this chance meeting. When I got home, I tried to get it out of my head, but I couldn't. Oh, what a sight opened up before me. The body, as if made of marble, shuddered slightly, breathing quickened, creating an atmosphere of intimacy and unity. We both enjoyed the moment, which gave us mutual satisfaction. Nastia lay quietly, closing her eyes and concentrating on her feelings. A soft moan escaped from her chest, reflecting her inner state. Our voices blended into a single rhythm. I'm on edge," Nastia whispered. I just made a small sound in response and felt the moment when we became closer to each other. What was that? A few minutes later, my wife asked me, returning to reality. Everything was fine, I replied with a smile. The day went great, and the next day it all happened again. The picture in the window and the moment of intimacy with Nastia were repeated. It all fueled my interest and mood. The only thing that marred this process was the constant thoughts about the woman in the window. I noticed her presence more and more often, and it became an integral part of my morning runs. Gradually, a feeling of sympathy arose in me, although it was more imagination than reality. My wife also seemed transformed. By the end of the week, she was already waiting for me, taking flirtatious poses and gently joking. Our relationship was great, but this kind of attention became something new every day. Days and weeks passed, and the woman outside the window repeated her actions every morning. It became a real mystery to me. Once it seemed to me that she waved her hand at me, as if greeting a constant observer. Perhaps it was a casual gesture, but I was increasingly interested in the question. How many people like me does she see every day? On the eve of the holiday, an unexpected thing happened. There was no one in the window. The mood immediately turned sour, and I decided to take my mind off this thought. Later, in the kitchen, my wife noticed my absent-mindedness. Has something happened? What is it? She asked. It's okay. I'm just a little tired, I replied, trying not to betray my thoughts. The day passed quietly, but thoughts of the woman outside the window haunted me. In the evening, I couldn't focus on our relationship with Nastia, being distracted by my own thoughts. On the day of the holiday, when I went out for a run, I saw her again. But this time, something was different. She was dressed and standing by the window, clearly trying to get my attention. When I got closer, she invited me to come up to her. I ran up to the third floor, feeling a little nervous. After opening the door, the woman greeted me in a friendly way, offering me tea or a gift. Everything was happening unexpectedly, and I didn't know how to react. "My name is Lena, and you? What is it?" she asked. I introduced myself, feeling embarrassed to be in such a situation for the first time. Lena suggested not to worry and said that we both know what we want. We talked, and it soon became clear that she had been paying attention to me for a long time. She said that her husband would not be back soon, and we would have time to get to know each other better. "Let's take a break. How are you?" Lenachka said with a note of pleasant fatigue. "Come on. You're very energetic," I said, wiping the sweat from my forehead. "Yes, my husband taught me to do it." "To what exactly? Are you thirsty?" Lena suddenly asked unexpectedly. "Come on. Really, my throat is dry." Slapping her bare feet on the parquet floor, Lena went to the kitchen and continued. "My husband is Azerbaijani. We met him in Urengoy at the oil field. In short, now he flies there in shifts. We both worked in the same department there, but when they made me redundant, I was left without a job, and he switched to shifts. We gathered and bought an apartment in Moscow. Here, drink." Lena handed me a glass of water, and she sat down next to me. "Why do you think I'm standing at the window?" "It's to catch the moment," Lena said, "so I can relax when someone is watching." "Do you like me?" "Very much." "I'm sorry for the very. It's out of joy. You're just wonderful." "It's not evening yet, as they say, but only the beginning." Lena suddenly took the glass from my hand and put it on the floor next to the bed. "It's different with my Inver," Lena said thoughtfully, "but it's different with you. You got to my heart today." I smiled and lay down on the bed next to her. Lena looked at me with sincere sympathy. "You're cool," Lena whispered. "I'll be waiting for you tomorrow. Don't think I'm being frivolous. I just really liked you. You're cool. I'm glad it turned out that way. I'll come back tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, and more. Come every day. Do you want to?" "Of course I want to." "Okay, run," Lena said with a smile. "My wife probably also prepared a gift. I don't know. Maybe he's asleep." When I came home, I saw my wife Nastia in the bedroom and was surprised by this picture. Nastia was sitting on the edge of the bed in beautiful lingerie and looked at me with a soft smile. "Come to me, my hero," she said solemnly. Nastia took a bottle of my favorite whiskey and rose to meet me. "Have a drink, my brave defender," she said, filling her glass. "Wait, let me do it myself." I tried to stop her so as not to give away my recent visit. "No, drink. I'll undress you myself," Nastia replied softly. Nastia was slowly approaching me, and I couldn't help but smile. This day promised to be unusual, and I was looking forward to its development. Nastia's appearance at that moment was striking in its beauty. It doesn't happen every day. Slowly, I enjoyed the way she looked and stopped at every moment. But suddenly she stopped me. "Wait," said Nastia. "I also want to be with you. Let me." We changed positions, and an amazing view opened up in front of me. Everything looked like something natural. I was wondering how this feeling revealed her, and I was ready to share this moment with her. I tried to be as attentive as possible, taking my time and listening to her breathing. After a while, I felt that we were both ready for the final moment of intimacy. Everything was so natural and harmonious that we didn't even have to hurry. Nastia seemed to enjoy every moment. Our unity was deep and complete, and it caused us both a feeling of joy and tranquility. She sighed, and we continued to enjoy this special moment together. When it came to an end, we just lay there hugging each other, enjoying the silence. We understood each other without words.